Tall Paul, here we are again, once again.
Back again. Good to see you.
Good to be seen. It's the
Yeah.
Producers Podcast. You know, I always like to mark time, so it's season 2, episode 4. Which
I'm trying to keep track of this. Okay.
Yeah,
Season
it's
2, episode 4.
And I wanted to start the podcast today with this. So basically, 2020 has been a very difficult year. So says Cher.
Now, wait a minute. I have a couple bones to pick with you on this. First of all,
Yeah.
I love Alice Cooper, amazing golfer.
Yes.
Dad was a reverend. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Did not know that.
And this character came out with songs like School's Out for the Summer and No More Mr. Nice Guy, some of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
And he looks nothing like Cher. Cher is a beautiful woman.
Well,
And to this day.
Paul, it's comedy. Tall Paul, it's a little comedy. So, because trust me when I tell you, my friend, 2020 has been a difficult year, and I don't think you have to be Cher
No.
to understand that.
Well, I guess we could all look like that after 2020, right?
Oh, well, you know, we could, but I just want to point out, Tall Paul haircut.
Thank you for noticing. You know, I stopped wearing the hats because, although I will hold it up because I'm very proud of our Lakers.
Sure.
Here we go, one more game. But I don't have to wear a hat every time we're on the air because I got my hair.
Well, you got the old melon skeeched. So did I.
Yeah, you look good.
A couple of well-coiffed producers, former producers, Tall Paul Joseph, Jack Silver. It's the Producers Podcast, and we got a pretty good show lined up today. Or no, let's try this one.
Yeah,
it's really not a very good show, but I think you're going to like what you hear and see.
Is that the way you're going to sell it?
You never hear that, Paul, where guys go, look, honestly, it's not going to be our best show, but you're going to like what you see.
I think it is going to be a good show, though, today.
Actually, it is. We've got
a good guest.
Yeah, good guest.
Someone that I like very much.
Well, she's someone that's an up-and-coming star. We always like to get them on the upswing.
Yes.
Instead of booking some,
Well, yeah, you can, sometimes, in desperation, you can go for a star that has fallen, right? And
we don't want
that. We don't do that. We go for stars that are just getting started.
On the upswing.
Just on the upswing.
But most important of all, we always have to start the show with a little check-in on the Paul Joseph household.
Oh.
Because between you have so much going on there. I don't know how you keep it all straight. What the heck?
Numerous things going on. I mean, today I could just tell you. Well, let me start with this. I just came home like 15 minutes ago. I went down to visit my mom. I come back. My gardener was here when I left. When I come back, all the trimmings are in my driveway, all the way up the driveway, just scattered. The backyard wasn't cleaned.
Yeah.
Just left. And I said to myself, there's a problem because this guy's good. He doesn't do this. So I was worried. So I texted him and I said, and you want to phrase it the right way. You don't want to say like you left the place sloppy. So I said, I hope you're okay, which I was. And it turned out the poor guy was bit by a spider, and it looked that way because he had to get in his truck and take off. And so he's calling me from the emergency hospital, telling me,
I'm laughing nervously because, it's not cool to get bit by a spider, but only at Tall Paul Joseph's house with this gardener. By the way, the gardener from hell.
Yeah.
We've had quite a go with this guy.
Yes.
So is he okay?
He's fine. He assured me that he's going to try to come back today, which I said, don't worry about it. He said, oh, no, I'll come on Saturday and finish everything. So, that's all good. But that's not really what's going on with my house. That was just today. But the story that I have is about my portalette, which sits out there in front of my house.
Portalette, meaning the porta potty?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know you call it a portalette?
Look, I'm not from France.
Okay. Well, see, here we call it a portalette.
Well,
because it just has a little more ring to it, than a potty. What do you call it?
Well, I call it a porta potty.
Okay.
Or that big box that people.
Big wooden box. By the way, they're not wooden anymore. They're plastic. I found out.
Oh no, they're
very
attractive. They can be very upscale too.
Yeah, very attractive, two-tone, red and gray. And quite nice. But I got a call 4 days ago because we had the sink problem, so everything's been pushed back in our remodel of the kitchen. And so the lady said to me, Paul, I was just checking. We're hoping that you don't need the porta potty. anymore, and we could, save that from the bill. And I said, no. She said, can't you let the workers go in your bathroom? I said,
Oh,
no. No. I said, no. And I mean, I felt, in that instant, I felt bad for a second, but then I said, no. I said, with what's going on in the world,
right.
No one's using the bathroom. We're on lockdown.
Right.
And guess what? You can spring for a portalette, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
As long as you want. How much is it? You think $50 a week or something? I mean, they're complaining.
Can't be much more than that. But to your point,
yeah,
having workers come in the house is bad enough in a regular situation.
Yeah.
But I hear with the COVID, it's even more pronounced. So
well, yeah,
I'm glad you put your foot down.
I did.
And the seat down.
I got everything down. I got everything open. And by the way, getting great use. I noticed our gardener went in there earlier and used it too. So the thing is really, working out for everybody. Yeah. Anybody that comes to my house now goes in there and uses the porta potty.
Well, I love it. All right. Well, that's an update. And I know you've also been very busy producing an up and coming artist that we'll be talking to in just a moment. But here, I just want to segue real quick to the Jack Silver segment.
Yeah, please.
Which is, the benchmark sucks, doesn't suck.
Okay.
Now, let's take it from the top. Remember a while back, I told you that I stubbed my baby toe.
Yes, that was
quite stubbing your baby toe is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you what sucks even worse than that.
What?
Ramming your big toe into this parking thing. You see this?
Oh, the headstone? You hit that?
I hit that with my big toe, and it's black and blue, and it's painful beyond belief. So that's, those things that you're walking, I opened the mail. That's kind of right by the mailboxes.
Yeah.
So I'm walking back, and I stubbed my toe, and I thought the baby toe was a problem.
Yeah.
You stub your big toe.
Well, see, the big toe, that's where your weight goes. So you're trouble with that one.
Right. So the answer to all of this is, let's make wider turns.
Yeah.
Let's pay attention to where we're walking.
I have the answer to it. How many fingers am I holding up?
2.
Okay, good. Because you need better glasses. I think if you're bumping into everything possible.
Right. So that's what I got to do. I got to get a new prescription for the old specs.
Yeah. Get over to Costco.
Make wider turns.
Yeah.
And quit jamming your toes into concrete items. All right. So that's that.
Yeah.
Now I'll tell you what doesn't suck. This is critical.
Okay.
Here's what doesn't suck, Tall Paul.
Oh my goodness.
Pretzel buns for hamburgers.
Wow.
Now, this is my new thing. I've been doing it for about a couple months. You get these pretzel buns at any market, and instead of using, Wonder Bread or, even 7-grain bread or whole wheat bread, you break out these bad boys. And I'm telling you, the only way now I'll ever eat a hamburger, Paul, is with a pretzel bun.
Now, is that off your kitchen table there?
Well, I would like to say it is. I could lie and say it's actually something I made, but I pulled it off the old internet box.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like a food designer had a hand in this.
No, it's a beauty, but no, that's not mine. But the point I'm making is, as bad as it is jamming your pinky toe and your big toe into various cement objects, you stick one of those big pretzel buns in the old gullet, and chop down on that bad boy. That doesn't suck.
You scared me. I thought you were going to say, you stick your big toe into one of those burgers. And I was going to say, what kind of a freak show are you running over there?
No, right. The toe stubbing is over here. I've moved on to the pretzel buns. And I don't know who made them up, but it's a damn smart idea. And may I recommend, if anybody's watching, both of you are watching, try it. And
I agree with you. You turned me onto it. I tried the pretzel buns. I love them. What I like about them is they hold the sandwich together. Because the worst thing is, when your burger's falling apart.
Right.
This kind of holds it together.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I have one other suggestion for you,
Yes.
and I don't know if you've tried it. The King's Hawaiian burger buns.
Well, that doesn't suck also. Any King's Hawaiian, the regular buns, the hamburger buns, the hot dog buns, they are excellent. I don't think they're the best for you, Tall Paul.
Oh, no?
No,
I didn't look on the side package.
Yeah, I'm not sure I think it's a little fattening. Well, by the way, I digress. Who cares?
We're talking
you're
taste.
A hot dog, you're eating a hamburger.
I mean, come on.
Don't worry about that. So
that's right.
What I usually like for hot dogs is like the most bland, either, ballpark Frank buns or,
Oh, yeah.
or the King's Hawaiian
Yes.
because it's so basic and it's good. But
Oh, yeah, you got me hungry now, but you know what? We got to change here because I want to set up who our guest is.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
who's
please do.
not only a pop star that's on the rise, but
Yeah.
my daughter.
Oh.
So everything that you have heard about, that you're going to hear about her, she's done in her bedroom on her own during quarantine, which kind of surprised me because, you know, you don't know what's going on up there. And
Sure.
she plays guitar and she does all, and there she is. Hi, Haylee.
Oh, hi.
It's
Well,
Haylee
that was good
Joe.
timing.
Yeah.
I was good timing.
She popped in. You popped in like an old series called Bewitched. You probably don't even know what it is, but it's a witch that just kind of twits her nose and just pops into places.
Yeah.
And you were
I
like
know who
perfect
she is.
time.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
welcome
That's
to the Producers Podcast. Haylee Joe, up and coming star,
Thanks, Jack.
family member too, as it turns out. But you know, I'll get the ball rolling, and we're going to play some of your great music. And Haylee, you should be very proud of what you've done. It's pretty amazing. Your dad shared it with me, or excuse me, Tall Paul Joseph shared it with me. And
Thanks, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
but
Anytime.
you know, before we get to that, I was just going to start by saying, about a year ago, or maybe a little bit longer, Paul and I were both working at the same location, and you would come and work on some of the radio shows and produce some stuff and everything.
Yeah.
And we would always kind of commandeer you for lunch because we like to have lunch together.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember, you would come to lunch with us. And
Oh, I remember. How
whether
could
it
I
was
forget?
Mexican food, Thai food, or whatever. And
Didn't
the
matter.
question I have is,
Uh-huh.
during that period, you're like bubble thoughts. What were you
Uh-huh.
actually thinking when your dad and I were talking about all that ridiculous nonsense, and you're like just trying to eat your lunch?
I mean, I was like, where's the popcorn? You know, you guys are wildly entertaining. So I was having a great time.
Yeah, but you were taken back. We took it. We have certain places we go to, but unfortunately, one of the places is, we call it Bad Chinese for a reason, because it's not the best food in the world, but we go there because we like the atmosphere.
And it's
And I
cheap.
know that really shocked you because the food wasn't that good, the atmosphere wasn't that good.
No, multiple things. First of all, that was a traumatic experience. So thank you for that. Second of all, there was someone literally edamame beans on a table. Like someone was just from that worked there, just like the edamame beans that we would eat. They were just literally pitting them on a table. Like that doesn't seem like.
I'm glad you said that because for people that haven't been there, and most haven't, Bad Chinese, what they do is they have one table in the middle that they just don't let anybody sit at, and they have their employees sit there and shell the beans out. It's the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen, but it's part of the funny atmosphere that we go there for. But I know it was shocking to you.
Well, it
A
was.
little bit, yeah.
I can imagine. And then, you know, the problem with the place, it was inexpensive, and we liked the food, and even the waiter we became friends with.
Yeah.
But you know, like at the door, they'll have the A, B, like the rating of the restaurant.
Yeah.
This one just said, don't even ask. Just don't even think about it.
No.
Just sit down and.
But the funniest part of it is, and then we're going to get into your music, but we would go there, and he gave out these cards. And if you went there 10 times, he'd punch it each time or sign his little name on it.
Sure.
And after the 10th one, you get a free lunch. Well, Jack kept his, and he would do that. And we got to the 10th one, and he turned it in for his free lunch. And I thought the world was going to come to an end.
Oh,
People
yeah.
were running around. They were going, like, we got to get Papa. Tell him, you know. And the end result was he was angry with Jack for turning it in. He was angry that we used the promotion.
Well, to tie a bow around it, if you're going to do a promotion at your restaurant and an actual customer finally cashes in on the crappy 10 meals and I get my one free one worth $5, just do it. Just shut up. Or by the way, Paul, don't have the promotion.
Well, how about that? Yeah, let's just not do the promotion. But anyway, I was just starting to introduce you when you popped in, and I was saying, not only are you my daughter, and not only are you beautiful, totally unbiased, I'm just saying, and talented, which I, of course, knew because you've been singing since you're 3 years old and playing the guitar and doing all that stuff. But nobody really knows what's going on in your bedroom. You know, I didn't know you were up there writing these really good songs with great hooks and things that are kind of difficult to do. I know you do TikTok. She's a pretty big TikTok person, does a lot of great funny stuff, which we should show next time for sure. But you did these songs and you did it on your own. You came up with this Halloween fall promotion type thing of Nightmare. So how did you do it? I mean, how did you know, and when did you know that you could actually write a song?
Well, I wrote Norman Bates first, which was the single, and I wrote that one actually in my car on the way to work in September of 2019. But I kept it to myself because I figured it was kind of weird, like who would listen to a song about Norman Bates? It seems a little bit out there. And then I started this TikTok thing, and I was like, you know what? People love when I post singing videos. So I kind of got this inspiration that I could make a whole EP kind of around Norman Bates and make that the main song, and then try to write some other songs and see if I could. And once I had that idea, 24 hours later, I had 5 other songs, and the
Wow.
EP was complete on my end, writing wise. And I showed it to you guys and wanted to see if you thought they were any good, because I'd never gotten an opinion from anyone on my songs. And then I found a producer, and that was it.
Yeah, but the way it's not easy to structure a pop song or any song, but you know, to do it, first of all, to do it with a great hook. Secondly, to do it commercially, so that it's a commercial, something that can go out on the radio or streaming or whatever. And you just kind of have the knack for it. And that's what I saw when I looked at all your songs. I said, she actually has the knack for writing these things. She's got great hooks. She knows how to structure the chorus, the bridge, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. So before we play the first little vignette, we're going to play 3 little vignettes, and your EP drops today, right? Tonight?
Yeah, today. I mean, some people it's already out, so it's out for people.
Okay, so wherever you go to stream your music. But what intrigued you about Psycho? I mean, it's a 1960s movie with Anthony Perkins, and then I know Freddie Highmore did a remake of Bates Motel. But is that what got you?
I think, well, I always liked Psycho. I always loved Alfred Hitchcock, but I think after watching the Bates Motel, which I watched a few years ago, I became obsessed with Norman Bates in like a whole nother way. I just had a newfound appreciation for him, more than I already did from seeing Psycho. I just love that movie and the horror genre. But yeah, once I watched Bates Motel, I was like, Norman, he's such a fascinating character, and what a tragic relationship it would be to be in love with Norman Bates.
Wow. Yeah, to be in love with Norman Bates. Can you let's play the first little hook, the vignette of Norman Bates.
Norman Bates, hooked on a feeling, and I like being scared, but your hand around my neck has got me feeling unprepared. Wouldn't trust you with a secret, you're a psycho, you don't care. Norman only loves his mama and her rocking chair. Norman Bates.
Norman Bates.
That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing.
Hooked on a feeling.
Yeah, yes, it's unique.
Well, I have a question. I mean, because your roots are in pop music, because your dad worked at a big top 40 radio station. Do you think that's what kind of influenced you? And I mean, because a person your age, they either go one or two ways. Either they go kind of alternative, rock out, kind of rebellious rock.
Yeah.
Or they go totally pop like you did. Is that your favorite kind of music?
It is my favorite kind of music to listen to, but I really had no idea, or I wasn't trying to write a pop song or write a singer-songwriter, an alternative song. I just wrote whatever came to my head, which I feel like made it more authentic, because all these sounds are just straight from my head. I didn't try to make it sound a particular way. All the songs were written in under 15 minutes. So like, wow. The ideas happened so fast that I couldn't even try to make them sound a certain way. They just did. But pop, yeah, I feel like from all the influences growing up, that definitely had an impression on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you come up with this? You have your dad worried here. Stalked you on the internet, found your name and home address, but I've got nothing on your crazy ass. You're Norman Bates.
Well, I am a really good internet stalker. So if I want someone's information, I'm really great at finding it. And I pride myself on that. If any friend needs any information on anyone, they can come to me and I can usually find it. But I'm not crazier than Norman Bates, which is the point.
Okay.
I may be crazy, but I wouldn't kill anyone.
No, of course not.
I mean,
No.
Paul, if someone asked you to write a song right now in 15 minutes, could you do it?
I could do it because I have written songs, but I couldn't do it like this.
Right. No, this is damn good stuff. And by the way, the answer, if you ask me that question, the answer is no. I don't have that skill. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Right. No,
Haley,
it's
you go.
I couldn't do it like this. This is she's got the knack for it. She's got the skill for it, you know, and I don't have that. I
All
don't.
right. So what's the next one? Let me see if I can figure out how to get the
Oh yeah,
next.
In Love with the Devil. Tell me, do I have a problem here that maybe I should talk to Haley about?
There is a theme.
She did Norman Bates. She's in love with the devil, and then after that is Haunting
Wow.
Yeah, well then we have Nightmare and all the rest too.
in
so
October.
there's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
I think I'm in love with the devil. So mysterious, think you could be trouble. I think I'm in love with the devil. So mysterious, think you could be trouble. I think I'm in love with the devil. 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 Holding on to
Yes, she's in love with the devil. Who's the devil? Tell Daddy.
To be determined. So many of them. Who could keep track?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the production value too. I mean, how did you get all that stuff done? Your hair, your makeup, the photography. Was Tall Paul the cinematographer, or did you?
You know, this whole thing was very much a family affair. My best friend shot these videos. We turned my house into a billion different little sets. I did my hair and makeup, picked out my outfits, and everyone else did the rest. And it was, I mean, all the vignettes, they were all my ideas. Like I had certain scenes I wanted to be set, but my best friend filmed them and she edited them, and we talked about how we wanted them to look. And then my dad was the fog machine master. And my mom would decide the little sets and made them look how they did.
When you see fog, I want you to think of me, because there's nobody that knows when you need more juice in the fogger than me.
Well,
once we play Haunting, just know while we did that, and in one of the clips, there's a fire alarm going off because our CO2 alarm was set off, so the fire department had to come. So,
Yeah, we're here.
Foggy
We've got our set. We've got everything going. The fog is going, but we forgot to open the windows. So all of a sudden, our alarm starts going off. I get a call, and the woman is saying, this isn't negotiable. You need to leave the house. You need to get out of the house now. I'm going like, no, I know what it is. It's the fog. She said, no. We've already dispatched the fire department. You need to get out of the house. So that was what's going on during Haunting. Which
Yes.
is the next one.
Stop creeping in my mind. Quit the games, this just isn't right. Had me in my feelings, now I must bring out the knife, 'cause this feeling's daunting. This love is haunting.
Now she looks beautiful. I love the lyrics, right?
yeah, that's a great
the lyrics
song.
to that song are amazing. But did you see the fog?
Oh,
How great that was?
Yeah.
Did you see how that wafted in?
Right.
Just
Forget the
at right
lyrics.
time.
Forget Haley Joe. That fog, Paul. You have nailed it.
Thank you very
Yeah. Award winning.
much.
Award-winning.
Haunting. What gave you the urge to write that song? What's that about?
Well, it's weird because I wrote all these songs in one day, but what I first did is I wrote Norman Bates, and then I wrote a track list of titles that I thought looked nice with Norman Bates. So Haunting was one of them, and originally I wanted the EP to be called Haunted. But Haunting I kind of wrote because I had a track title that I liked called Haunting, and then I came up with this story, and I liked the play on words with haunting and daunting, and I feel like it's a relatable song, and I liked it.
I liked it a lot.
You know what
It
it
was one
reminds
of
me
the
of?
first ones I wrote.
It kind of reminds me of like Fergie. What was that song? Big Girls Don't Cry or something. It's sort of
Oh yeah.
it's that lilting, really pop version. Remember, with all due respect, back in the day, Jack Silver was a music director of the year of a top 40 station. So I had some pretty good ears back then, and they haven't.
You got ears.
I've got ears. They're they've gone a little dim, but I can hear a hit record from across the street, and you've got some hits here, Haley Joe.
Well, thank you. It was really fun.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
It was fun. We did it all in my room with my producer,
Yeah.
Michael Aram, and we literally, right where I'm looking at you guys, we produced all the songs right here, and I recorded all the vocals on like an $100 mic in my room alone. So it was all very unique, but I think it turned out well.
Which, by the way, and then we can tie a bow around this great interview. But that's the beauty of 2020. That in your room with a $100 microphone, and a guitar and a fog machine,
Yeah.
you can make hit records and you can distribute them. Now, that's the other part, you know, whether it's TikTok or the other social media outlets that you can get it on. It's a lot easier these days. Back in the day, people would have to, you know, have records or CDs, bring them to the radio station, hope that the station got a little payola. I mean, hope that there were hit records.
No payola, don't even say it.
No. Well, I think the statute of limitations have worn out. But the answer is, people your age, you guys are just making records and hits and videos at the drop of a hat.
And her producer is in New York or on the East Coast. So
Yeah, in New Jersey.
Right. So you were doing it like we're doing this interview. You guys just talk and structure everything and do it all here.
Yeah,
right?
all over Zoom. And we're starting the process over because I have a Christmas EP coming and we've started the first song. And so far we've done 10 hours in this spot on the first song. So all the magic happens literally right here.
Will you need fog for that? Because I'm a big one.
We know a good fog.
Probably.
Okay.
Well, listen, you are very prolific. If you've already got your Christmas music coming, I mean, you're a hit machine over there.
Yeah.
All I want to say is, hope you'll remember us when you're rich and famous, and you'll harken back to the day of some bad Chinese and.
Yes.
I'll remember you if you buy me lunch at the Mexican place.
All right, you got it.
There you
Okay,
go.
cool.
We're done. All right. Well, Paul, you must be very proud of your daughter, and she's amazing. So, Haylee, Joe, we're going to be watching your progress very closely. Thanks for being a guest on the Producers Podcast. I know it was a tough booking to get.
Yes.
It was really, I mean, I'm feeling blessed.
Yes. We're feeling blessed to have you. I'm feeling blessed to have you as my daughter. You know, I love you dearly.
Yeah.
So
You're
I'm
the
so
best,
proud of
everybody.
you. Thank you. And just keep up the great work. You're like Jack said, you're a little hit machine. That's
Keep it up, because you know what? Hit music is where it's at. Some of that.
and her EP is out tonight. Now, actually.
That's
You
on
get it
now.
wherever you get Spotify, Pandora, wherever, Apple Music, it's everywhere.
All right.
Yep.
Haley,
Thank
Joe.
you.
Thank you guys.
Hey.
Do I leave now?
Yeah, you can't. We'll put you out of your misery. You don't have to talk to us anymore.
You guys are the best, but I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Thanks,
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
All right, Tall Paul. Well, that was a great episode, and I think I don't want to. I was going to do the fantasy football with you,
Oh,
but I think it would dull in the
yeah.
it would gild the lily.
Oh, yeah. The lily's been so gilded that.
You don't want to do that, because that was a great interview with your daughter, and the music is fantastic, and that's no BS, man. Those are some hits right there.
Well, thank you. You're always afraid to say that because obviously it's my bias because I love her. But at the same time, I honestly, I listened to these songs and I looked at them and the way she structured them, like I said, and they're good. You know,
Well, they
good.
are, and you should be very proud. So let's keep it going.
Yep.
We'll have her back for the Christmas EP.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I heard the first song.
Yeah.
It is good. You're going to like it.
Well,
So-
amazing. All right. Well, everybody share with your friends.
Yep.
Rate us on whatever you got to rate us on, and come back next time for another edition of the Producers Podcast.